What's up, y'all? Happy Thirsty Thursday, and welcome to the first ever episode of Dink It and Sink It, a podcast where you speak it, we drink it. We're going to talk with people who are passionate about real-world things, but every time they say a key word, we're going to drink. I'm your host, Elizabeth, and today we're here with one of my best friends, Emily. Do you want to go ahead and share what you're passionate about and why?
Yes, I am super passionate about environmental conservation. Basically because humans are pieces of shit. The earth is dying. We are the biggest threat to the earth, humans. We are literally drowning ourselves in waste. If I pull up the World Counts app, it has a live count of how many tons of waste have already been dumped globally this year. So right now we are at 145,000. I messed up. Right now, we're at 145,678,000 tons of waste dumped globally this year.
That is 2,913,440,000,000 pounds of waste in 25 days.
It is only January. That is just the count for this year. This has got to stop. We are suffocating ourselves. That is why I'm passionate about environmental conservation.
So now that you guys know a little more background info on Emily, we're going to talk about the top 10 ways that you can help save the environment. The keyword for today's episode is reusable, so hopefully we aren't dead by the end of the 60 minutes.
Just like the earth. All right, so everything that I'm going to list for you guys, they are ways that you can help save the environment in your everyday life. I'm not asking you to go above and beyond and out of your way too much here. It's just normal, everyday things that you'll come across that you can just do a little differently to make a big difference. So number one, the first thing I have for you today is reusable grocery bags and produce bags.
Drink.
Oh, man. So, the main thing about reusable grocery bags is the problem with plastic bags are they are not recyclable, and people like to say, oh, I use them again, I take them home, I use them to fill up the trash cans in my home. That's the thing, your trash cans, you take them back to the trash, they aren't recyclable, they break down and they rot, which releases more greenhouse gases that's slowly suffocating ourselves. Same thing with your produce bags. Everything that you think you're being so good and healthy about, putting your fresh fruits and vegetables in, what are you doing with those bags that you're using one time? They're going in the trash and they're rotting. So it's so easy to buy a reusable grocery bag and produce bag one time, and they last forever, and they're cheap. The grocery bags, you can buy them for like 99 cents a piece. If you get on Amazon or anything, you can probably find a bundle. They sell them almost all stores. The produce bags, I got mine on Amazon.
Also, I just want to say everything that Emily mentions in today's episode, I'm going to put a link down below so you have a way to see what she's talking about and look up more info on those.
Yeah, because those aren't the only options. They're suggestions, but you can, it's so easy to find other ways. You're not limited here. You're not limited with your resources. So, yeah, I just felt so stupid because, let's see, I started my plastic-free journey. I started probably last year in February, okay? So I haven't even been doing this a whole year yet, and I'm definitely not anywhere near where I want to be. But I was at the grocery store, and I felt so proud of myself because I was like, wow, look at me using my reusable grocery bags. And then I looked in my cart and I was like, man, look at all those produce bags. How stupid. Like, I'm not doing anything. So then I immediately got on Amazon and ordered my new one. So I have been doing that for like maybe 3 months now, and I love it. So that is such an easy way, you guys. You just put them in your car, you take them in with you when you go into the grocery, and who cares? I've literally had somebody tell me that they don't want to do that because they don't want people to look at them weird, carrying these bags in.
I mean, who really cares what people are saying about you when we're all going to be dead with this earth in 30 years anyways?
Literally, it's 2020. By 2050, scientists have estimated that the oceans will have more plastic in them by weight than fish. okay? So 30 years is no exaggeration. This is real life, you guys. So just, it's so easy. Carry them in, put them in your cart, do your shopping, load all your groceries into them when you're checking out, put them back in your car, just like that. So easy, so simple, all right? So the next thing I have for you is shopping for fresh food makes this all a lot easier. You know, they do, when you're in the grocery store, everything is pre-packaged for you. Everything has been processed. You know, you're like, oh yeah, let me buy these bags of lettuce that's already chopped for me. Let me buy these baby carrots. Let me buy these berries that are in these plastic containers. And what are you guys doing with that? What are you doing with it? Are you recycling?
You're throwing it away.
You're throwing it away. And you know what? Even if you do recycle, it was estimated that only 9% of things that go into recycling actually get recycled. That was a study done by Science Advances Journal in 2017. Only 9% of our plastic waste was actually recycled, okay? So that's the thing. Everybody's like, oh, I recycle. You know, I do my part. Yes, a huge focus used to be recycling, but our main focus now needs to be reducing. Shopping for fresh food really helps that process. Don't go for the packaging. You know, it's a little harder. I understand that. It's a little bit harder. But just try it. You know, ultimately you end up being healthier too, which can't be too bad.
Because would you agree that when you're buying like pre-chopped lettuce or packaged berries, you're paying more for convenience than you are?
Oh, absolutely. We Americans are so lazy. I know so many people that buy containers of pre-cut fruit. And they spend so much on it. It's like, have you ever been like, oh yeah, I'm gonna bring a fruit tray to a party, and it's $25 for this assortment. Versus if you just bought some fresh fruit and cut it yourself, it is so much more cost effective. But we are lazy. We are lazy people.
So buy a fucking knife and get to work.
Exactly, all right? So number 2, you know, try switching to fresh food, okay, you guys? It really makes a big difference. Number 3 I have for you is reusable food containers.
Oh, shit.
You know, they make sandwich bags, okay? And I used to make a sandwich and put it in a Ziploc bag every day. Cut apples up, put it in a Ziploc bag every single day. And I'm just throwing them away. And I'm just like, no, there's got to be another way. So they make containers that purposefully fit your sandwich, fit your bagel if you're taking that to work every day. They make containers for everything. They make reusable. They make reusable parfait containers even, which was amazing to me. They make it... I forgot to drink on that one. We're in deep in this one, you guys. Disclaimer, we also did like 3 shots before we even started the episode just to get it going.
Go big or go home.
Go big or go home. No, but they make parfait containers where it separates the yogurt and the granola for you, and you can just keep filling it up every day, which, mind you, going back to fresh food, so much more cost efficient. They make pre-made parfaits at the store. They're like $4 a piece. Meanwhile, if you just buy a tub of yogurt, buy some granola, it's so much cheaper. So I also bought reusable Ziploc bags. Drink. Which have made a huge difference in my life. I mean, they make all different kinds. They make these Ziploc bags that you can freeze, you can microwave. They're dishwasher safe, so they're really not inconveniencing you too much, you guys. They're so simple. I just hand wash mine with some soap and warm water. You hang them over like a glass, or if you have a drainer to dry, it's so easy. They're ready for me the next day. Or even just, a few minutes later, honestly. They dry so fast. It's made a huge difference. I use 3 in my lunch for work every single day. I use a lunchbox. I have people that just bring in plastic bags again from the grocery, and I just look at them like, you fools. You fools. So food containers, huge deal. Anything you buy can go into a container. You can use jars. If you are using like pasta sauce or jars like that, you can load them up with things. Load them up with granola, load them up with seeds. People use a lot of flaxseed, things like that. You can reuse anything.
I'd drink to that.
So that was number 3. Number 4 I have for you is dental hygiene supplies. And you're probably like, wait, dental hygiene supplies?
What the fuck?
What are you even talking about? And that's the thing. There are so many things in your everyday life that are just getting thrown away that you're not even thinking about. They are making such a big impact that you're not even thinking about. For instance, toothbrushes. What are they made out of, Beth?
Plastic.
And they are such an odd shape. They cannot be recycled. You're like, oh, whatever, things are plastic, I can just recycle it, doesn't matter. No, you're wrong. You put a toothbrush in the recycling bin, it is not getting recycled, and over 1 billion toothbrushes are in landfills a year. That is 50 million pounds of waste annually. Okay, so an alternative for this, bamboo toothbrushes. And I just switched to these a couple months ago too, and I made my parents switch to them, and they're really mad at me. They don't like them. I don't know why. I don't mind mine at all. I got my friend to switch to one. He doesn't mind it at all. My parents don't like them because they say they're too rough on their cheeks. So, another alternative besides bamboo to plastic is cornstarch. I just went shopping with my mom today and found these. They were toothbrushes made out of cornstarch. So
the handle was made out of corn?
Yeah, the handles are made out of corn. Okay, so I will admit to you guys, they're trying really, really hard with the bristles. The bristles still, all those tiny little strands of plastic, they haven't found a dentist-approved alternative for those yet. So all of these biodegradable toothbrushes, the bristles are still bad. But the handles are 100% made out of cornstarch and are biodegradable.
But some progress is better than no progress.
Exactly. At least they're trying. So we just got those today, so I hope they like those better. But, everybody's different. I don't mind my bamboo toothbrush at all. And the reason bamboo is so good is it grows extremely, extremely fast. So it takes way less time to grow back than trees. It replenishes itself so fast. And it already holds antibacterial properties, so you're cleaning your mouth double what you would usually. So besides toothbrushes, that also brings us to toothpaste. Your little toothpaste tubes that you guys are using, 1.5 billion toothpaste tubes are discarded annually, globally, around the world. There's some pretty horrifying videos of people walking the beach, and you can just see all the trash, and all the toothpaste tubes among that are just ridiculous. Ridiculous. So there's this great company called Bite Toothpaste Bits. It's a subscription you can sign up for, actually.
Please sponsor us.
Please sponsor us, please. We're begging you. Oh my God, we're begging you. It's glass jars with aluminum lids and paper labels, and they are pressed little bites, almost like cube gum-shaped bites. And you pop it in your mouth, and you get it wet with a toothbrush, and you bite it and start brushing, and that is your toothpaste. A jar comes with about 62 bits in it. That is enough for twice a day for a month. You can sign up for a 4-month subscription, and it's really not too bad. I have signed up for it. Just think about how much a tube of toothpaste costs. It's a jar costs the same, so it is not bad at all. I love it. They come in an array of flavors to suit all of you picky motherfuckers. They even have charcoal bits. I know people are really into that these days, trying to whiten their teeth, so they make those for you too. Okay, so dental hygiene, another hopefully everyday thing everybody should be using.
You better fucking brush your teeth.
You better fucking brush your teeth, okay?
Nasties.
So that brings us to number 5. Reusable soaps and shower items. That's another drink. Beth, drink.
I'm going to die.
All right. Okay, so everybody also, along with dental hygiene, better be showering on a regular basis, every day, every other day, and in the
I would say every other day.
yeah,
Personally.
honestly, it's a little bad for your skin if you're washing it every single day.
If you wash your hair every single day, fuck you. You're wrong.
I washed it every other.
I wash my hair maybe every 3 days.
Yeah, so it's but either way, in your shower, you have shampoo bottles, conditioner bottles, body wash bottles. A few of us have face wash bottles, even vaginal wash bottles.
Gotta keep that pussy clean.
There is a type of wash for everything. So with this, the reason this is such a big deal is that 552 million shampoo bottles end up in landfills every year. You guys, are you seeing a pattern?
Not to mention hotel travel size bottles.
Oh, absolutely. Even if you use those once and there's still some in them, they get thrown away right away.
Which actually, there's like a movement now where they melt down the soap and they reuse it in bars and put it back into the hotel room.
Oh, are they doing that? I haven't heard of that. I have heard of the dispensers. I think Marriott is actually switching to these dispensers where they're going to dispense tablets or soap for you to use. They're trying to do away with the bottles, okay? Join the movement, you guys.
Because how often do you use a whole travel-sized bottle at a hotel?
Unless there are people that are stealing them and taking them home.
Which, I'm not going to say you're right, but I'm going to say I understand.
I mean, they are free. Why not use the whole thing?
If it's free, it's for me.
If it's free, it's for me. So with these, you're probably like, well, what am I supposed to do? You guys just tell me not to wash myself? Like, what do you mean?
Please wash your ass.
Please wash your ass. But instead of using the bottles, let's revert back to the soap bar. I know. But they don't only make body wash bars. They make shampoo bars. They make conditioner bars. And you might be thinking, okay, my hair needs a little bit more attention than a generic soap bar. No, you guys, okay, I use dandruff shampoo. And I have researched multiple brands that make multiple different kinds for different types of hair. They make it for textured hair, they make it for curly hair, dry hair, oily hair. For me, a lot of companies make one called a hydration bar for that dry hair to replace your dandruff shampoo. Okay, you guys? You might think there's nothing you can do. You can give up almost anything and replace it with something reusable or single use. Oh, you reusable.
Shit. I feel like I'm setting my cup down heavier and heavier.
Heavier and heavier. It's getting so hard to hold. Reusable cup, by the way. No plastic over here. And besides shampoo and conditioner, this goes for hand soap as well. You can go back to hand bars for washing your hands, but there are a lot of great companies. They make bottles that you buy once and you fill with water, and it's amazing because you drop a tablet in it and then it's foaming hand wash. So you don't have to. I know a lot of people think bars are gross. Yeah. They're like, oh, my dirty ass hands picking this thing up. Everybody else's dirty ass hands.
It's literally soap. Like it's literally clean every time.
But
unless you drop it in shit, it's fine.
I just wiped my ass and now I'm using this hand bar. Okay.
Did you wipe your ass with your hand?
I hope not. That's one good thing, is that toilet paper is actually, designed to dissolve in the water, so that's not too bad for the environment.
Please use toilet paper, always.
What else are you using, Lord? But so they make these hand soap dispensers. If bars gross you out, okay, they make reusable hand dispensers.
Jesus Christ!
Really picked a good keyword for this one. So that was number 5. Number 6, reusable water bottles. Ding, ding, ding.
Shout out to all the Visco girls out there.
Please get the fuck away from me, Visco girls.
You hydro flask having bitch.
That's the thing. Hydro flasks, expensive as fuck. You do not have to buy a hydro flask, you guys. We're not asking you to break your bank to save the earth. I got this water bottle right here. It is 27 fluid ounces, so make sure to hydrate yourselves on a daily basis. It was only $8, and you know, I haven't used a plastic water bottle in probably 11 months, and if I have used one, I've made sure to reuse it. Multiple times since then. So many times that probably it's gotten bad because of BPA and all that stuff, probably melting down, poisoning my body.
Do not drink hot car water. That is so bad for you.
It is killing people. But no, plastic water bottles, a single plastic water bottle takes at least 450 years to degrade. And do you know how many plastic water bottles are sold every minute? Not every day, every minute.
I don't know how many. I'm so delayed.
You sound really uninterested.
I'm so delayed.
More than 1 million plastic bottles are sold globally.
So
every
Ice
minute.
Mountain, Aquafina, Kroger, Dasani.
Fuck Dasani!
One, if you drink spring water, fuck you.
Dasani is so... Look, I don't even love water. There are people who love water and they can tell the difference between all the different waters. I don't love water, and even I can say, fuck Dasani.
Your dirt having ass tasting water.
Water
motherfuckers.
does taste different. I don't care what you say. Okay? Also, fuck ice cold water.
Give me room temperature or give me death.
Literally, I need that room temp. So anyway, plastic water bottles, you guys. If you want to be trendy, get yourself a hydro flask.
Save the turtles. Wear your scrunchies.
Visco girl, peace out. So that was number 6. Staying on the water topic, 7. I have water filters for you. I used to live in Huber, Ohio. For those of you who aren't from Ohio and don't know, Huber Heights has super hard water. It's disgusting. It leaves rings in your toilets. It tastes so gross. So this is one reason I haven't used a plastic water bottle in 11 months, is back in February of 2019, I got a water filter. So they make Brita filters, which are like, you know, the big vases that you can fill up and they take a bunch of room up in your fridge. And if you don't want to take room up in your fridge,
You can get one that attaches to your sink.
Yes, so that's what I did. And it's super cool because you choose when you're getting filtered water and when you're not. It has a little switch on it. It's a per filter. It attaches right onto your faucet. If you just turn on your faucet like normal, you're going to get your unfiltered water. So like I would always cook with that because, you know, you're boiling it anyway, wash dishes with that. But when I was filling up a cup to drink out of, there's a little switch you flip and then it's purified. And it has a light on it that tells you when it's good and slowly changes to when you need to change your filter. And so water filters are a little bit on the pricier side, but one filter lasts at least 3 months. So, you know, if a purr is too expensive for you, look into a Brita. But I really, really liked my purr.
If you're buying, just off the top, oh, I'm real drunk. Off the top of your head, we probably buy a case of water in our house once every 2 weeks, which is about $3 every 2 weeks.
Excuse me, can you please cut that shit out?
So that's, yeah. Listen to what I say, not what I do.
Do as I say, not as I do.
Yeah. So if you think that's about probably $8 to $10 a month, depending on what brand you buy of water bottles. So if you're spending $10 a month, the water filter basically pays for itself in 3-4 months.
Yeah, I'll tell you guys right now, I would get a 2-pack for $15. So that is 2 filters that lasting you 6 months for $15. So, fill up your reusable water bottle. Take it with you for the day if you like to take water bottles places. Just use glasses at home. Okay, my parents, God, I cannot shake them from the plastic water bottle. I don't know why they can do so many of these things. They can get a faucet filter. They can get a pitcher in their fridge. I like the taste of Dayton water, honestly.
I don't. It tastes like chlorine.
Oh my gosh, I think it tastes so good. I love it. It's so much better than Huber.
Huber Heights water is gross.
So gross.
The house I grew up in, we had well water, so that shit tasted like straight dirt.
So there's another thing. My grandma, I'm not gonna say anything bad about my grandma ever.
We love Iris.
We love Grandma Iris. She does not drink her well water, okay? Her tap water.
You should never drink well water.
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that. If you're really too broke to buy water filters, even though we just explained the price to you, and you need to buy plastic water bottles, I'm not going to shame you, as long as you're also doing other things to help the environment. But so my grandma, she buys water jugs. You can buy jugs of water.
The 1 gallon jugs.
The 1 gallon, yes, the 1 gallon jugs. And you can take them back to grocery stores. Walmart is like everywhere in the U.S. Are there any states where there's not a Walmart?
No, Walmart is in China. Like, Walmart is global.
Oh, so it's global. So I don't want to hear any of y'all making excuses. You can buy these water jugs and you can take them to the water filling stations and get them refilled. My grandma does this. My grandma is about to turn 80. If she can carry these big jugs of water to and fro, okay, you guys can do it. No excuses over here.
Love you, Iris.
Love you, Iris. She's never going to hear this because she's not technologically savvy, but she has a Facebook, okay? And
like and share.
All she does is like and share. She doesn't know how to comment or write posts. She's so cute. I love her so much. I'm proud of her for doing that much, okay? So that was number 7, water filters. For number 8, I have for you a little interesting one. You can save your mascara wands, okay? So makeup makes so much waste. There's so much of it. They're weird shaped. You can't get everything out of it always. A lot of it you can't recycle. But my coworker, she likes to give me shit, okay? Because I started using everybody starts somewhere. On my plastic-free journey, I first started with reusable straws, okay? Everybody shits on reusable straws. They're like, what the fuck do you think's a straw gonna do? It's so small, blah, blah, blah. The point is, straws cannot be recycled. You're right. I said reusable like 5 times.
I lost count.
Let me do a sip.
I can't even count anymore.
When Starbucks stopped giving out straws and started doing plastic lids, everybody was posting on Twitter. There's that meme of that person taking a rake on the beach and like shoveling waves back into the water, raking waves back into the water. Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
You haven't seen that? God, it annoyed the shit out of me because people would share it with the quote, Starbucks stop using plastic straws but giving out plastic lids. Okay, they're saying they're doing basically nothing. It's irrelevant, it's redundant. That bothered me so much because plastic straws are not recyclable. Plastic lids are. That was the issue there. It doesn't matter that, straws are such a small piece of plastic. They make a big difference, okay? And that's the other thing. Everybody's like, oh, use a reusable straw. Are you trying to save the sea turtles? They make fun of me. I've literally had people say this to me in person.
Save the turtles.
Save the turtles. Another shout out to the Visco girls. It's not just about the turtles. It is about the environment. Straws cannot be recycled. But if turtles are of interest to you, the reason people say that is because there is a very popular video where there's a straw stuck deep in a sea turtle's nose. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just look up straw stuck in sea turtle's nose, and the video will pop up.
On a side note, however,
there
are some species of turtles that can breathe out of their anus, but that is besides
No,
the point.
are you serious?
Dead ass.
Come to this podcast for fun facts, y'all. We're chock full of them.
Replace the dead turtles with a dead ass.
A dead ass serious.
I'm dead ass serious.
So, yeah, that's the thing. Straws make a big deal. I can't exactly remember. Oh, I was talking about shapes of makeup containers. It's the thing. Shapes of things prevent them from being recycled, even if they are made of plastic. That's why it's such a big deal. So my coworker, she made fun of me for my reusable straws, and I asked her. I said reusable.
Fuck.
And I asked her, hey, if I got you one, would you use it? And she was like, at least once. Her problem is she's too lazy to use it. Which, again, that's the thing. We're so lazy. We're lazy motherfuckers. It's so easy to wash, you guys. If you buy lots of reusable straws on Amazon,
At this point in the podcast, we're eight items deep, about 35 minutes before post, and I've drank half a bottle of Crown.
oh my gosh, I've had, 3 shots of Crown. This was my second glass of wine. I'm about to pour myself a third. Oh shit, I can't even remember what I was talking about.
Reusable straws.
My coworker that shits on me for the reusable Oh my god. Reusable. So anyway, she makes fun of me for my straws. She makes fun of me for my bags. But she's really, really cute because one day, my coworker, Jackie, I love you, I hope you hear this, she came up to me and she said, Emily, I saw something on Facebook and it was an ad. It was saying that you could donate mascara wands to help animals. So she saw this ad where you could donate mascara wands, and basically, so she told me that she saw this ad for donating. So my coworker came up to me and said that she saw this ad on Facebook where you can donate mascara wands, and it's for wands for wildlife, and it's super cool. You clean them, you rinse them out, and you put them through the mail and you send them to them. And it is wands for wildlife. They use it to clean the fur and feathers of animals that have been affected by, like oil spills and just other things like that, where they're cleaning these small animals, and it really helps get in there. And she said, Emily, I saw this ad, and I was like, well, what would Emily do? Like, what would Jesus do? Like, I'm held to such high standards at my work because I'm one of the only people that's, like, really environmentally friendly. And she said, so, I did it. And I said, you did? And she said, yeah, I got all my old mascara wands, and I packaged them up, and I donated them. And I was like, Jackie, that means so much to me. And that's the thing, you guys. If you talk about it, it really does make a change. Talking about it, carrying in your grocery bags, getting people's attention, it makes a difference.
Just by talking about it, Emily has now been held to the same standard as Jesus.
Exactly. I was compared to the Almighty God, okay? What would Jesus do? What would Emily do?
WWED.
So, but getting people's attention. I went out last March, March 2019, and I went to a park, and I was picking up trash. And it was such a muddy, disgusting day. And I was wearing gloves and boots because it was filthy. And I filled up 3 garbage bags of trash. By the way, they do make recycled garbage bags. They aren't recyclable again, but they were made out of recycled items. So you can buy those, by the way.
Can they can't be recycled?
You're filling them with trash, so you would have to empty that trash separately into your garbage can, and I don't really think that's what people want to do.
You would think that if you empty the trash bag into the trash can and then put the trash bag in the recycle bin, could you recycle it again? In theory, it sounds like it would work, but I'm not sure how that whole...
Here's the deal, is my friend Jaslyn, she messaged me. She was so excited, and I'm so proud of her because she really tries, and she cares about a lot of the same things I care about. But she was like, Emily, I just got a toothbrush that was 100% recycled. Like, it was a recycled toothbrush. Like, the handle was made out of recycled materials. And I was like, that's great. You know, that does mean that something was getting use again. And, you know, on a dentist recommended schedule, you should be replacing your toothbrush every 3 months, okay? That's why they get thrown out so often. I'm sure a lot of you guys don't actually...
Recycle your toothbrush. At least get rid of it.
Get rid of it because those bristles get so gross. But
have you seen the meme where like the guy like he shows his brother's toothbrush and they're like flat?
Ew.
And they're like why is he so angry?
Or just like the bristles get departed, like Moses separating the Red Sea or whatever, the Dead Sea. I can't. Please excuse me, I'm a little off base with my Bible references. But it's just like the bristles are like totally separate and it's just a plastic base and they're still just holding on to this toothbrush using it for dear life. Like, how many years has it been? Please just get a new toothbrush.
At the least, the minimum, the absolute minimum, change your toothbrush when you change the batteries in your smoke detector, which should be every 6 months.
Really? I thought it was every 2 years.
No, every 6 months. Every day, like, the time changes. So, like, October and, like, April or May or something.
You're right. When daylight savings happens, you're supposed to change your batteries.
Yeah.
Nobody does that.
We took the batteries out of our smoke detector, and our empty smoke detector is sitting right there on that counter. So if this house burns, we're burning with it.
So, again, do as Beth says and not as she does, because... But so she told me that she got this recycled toothbrush, and that's really, really good. Giving things a second chance around is great. But again, that toothbrush is just going to end up in the trash. Please get toothbrushes that are biodegradable, okay, you guys? So that was number 8, okay? Donate your mascara wands, okay? Or reuse them. I think that deserves a drink. Do what you can. Even if out of all the other things I've listed, if you don't do any of those, but you donate your mascara wands, that means the world to me. It means the world to the animals that are getting cleaned with them. They are removing bugs. They're removing oil. They're going through...
Even if you don't care about Emily as much as I do, which I know none of you do, unless this is her dad or her mom.
I hope some other people care about me a little bit.
You would know that commercial, in the arms of the angels. Can you look a sad fucking dog in the face and just say, I'm gonna trash your fucking planet? No. Do it for the sad fucking dogs and do it for Sarah McLachlan.
All the animals, I feel so bad for all the innocent creatures that have no say in what the humans do to the earth, but they have to face the side effects for it, okay? All the animals and the fish and the seabirds that are swallowing plastic, eating plastic, and they're dying, you guys. That's the thing, all this plastic waste, where do you think it goes? My dad always says, he's like, well, who's putting it in the ocean? Hardy har har. No one's...
You are, motherfucker!
We all are putting it in the ocean. Not directly. But that's the thing. You know, there are people that flush feminine products down the toilet, which not only is bad for the piping, but bad for the environment, okay?
Your plumber fucking hates you.
If you live in an apartment, just because your toilet just because your toilet isn't overflowing does not mean your neighbor's isn't too, okay? It clogs the pipes. I was about to say plugs the type. I can't speak. Just like to say that we are both at least the age of 21 drinking. Please do not try this at home. Please do not underage drink. We do not encourage that for the sponsors.
I was going to say it at the end, but yes, well said.
Oh God. How it ends up is the ocean is you litter, okay? You throw street in the you throw street in the trash. You throw trash in the street. In big cities, street sweepers come by and it gets knocked into the sewers on the side of the road. All water leads to the ocean, and it goes through filters.
Have y'all never seen Nemo?
Literally, he gets thrown in a toilet and his ass makes it back to the ocean. Nemo is obviously based on true events, you guys. Don't you know your history? But it's just the truth. And, there are things that, we can't necessarily help it. A big part of the plastic in the ocean is from tsunamis. Tsunamis come through and destroy homes and destroy families, and it's awful. But it carries so much waste with them to the ocean. So that's a big side effect of it. People go to the beach, it's spring break, ha ha ha, let's party, and they trash the beach. They leave along all these bottles, all these, just trash from food, beer cans, all this stuff. And high tide comes in and takes it all away, and you don't think about it ever again.
And we're not necessarily saying, don't go and have a good time, because we want everyone to live your best life. Do what you gotta do to be happy, but don't litter. Don't fucking litter.
I'm sorry if you feel slightly inconvenienced by me asking you to put it in a trash can instead of just sitting it down next to you, okay? But trash cans exist for a reason. There are people trying to collect it. But the reason that ocean trash is so bad is, fun fact, everybody thinks that our air comes from plants, which is true. Everybody thinks about trees, about moss, about stuff like that. Our oxygen is only 30% from land plants. Reefs, coral reefs in the ocean make up over 50% of the oxygen we breathe, you guys. And plastic in the ocean is killing that. Not only are we suffocating ourselves with deforestation, but we're killing the ocean too. Again, suffocating ourselves even more. How many ways can we destroy ourselves? How many ways can we negatively impact our futures and the futures of our loved ones that are younger than us that will be around to face it more than our elders, okay? How many ways? Coral reefs are dying. The Great Barrier Reef used to be so vibrant and beautiful. And if you've seen recent pictures of it, it's still beautiful. But there's a big difference from what it looks like now and what it looked like 10 years ago. That's just a fact. Seabirds are dying at a rapid rate because they fish by skimming their beaks along the water, and plastic is floating and they're swallowing it, and they don't know any better. They're feeding it to their children who aren't even making it to population, and what do you care? Birds are vermin, but it's...
But imagine feeding your baby fucking plastic and your baby just dying.
Whales feed by sucking in a bunch of water and eating the krill out of it, eating other things, and they're just, it's taking up room in their stomachs. They end up starving because they can't digest this plastic. They can't eat anything else. It's awful, okay? So, I'm sorry if it inconveniences you, but this is another reason our main focus needs to be reusing instead of recycling. I mean... reducing instead of recycling. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit drunk. Also, we need to drink because I said the word. So, just please think about that. If you aren't convinced enough, if you somehow have avoided all of the memes or anything else on social media showing you how negatively the world is impacted by our plastic waste, look it up right now if you're listening to this. I don't know. If you can look it up and not feel any type of way.
You need to see a therapist.
Oh my God, please. If you don't feel any sort of way, your humanity is gone, okay? Because I just don't understand people that can't care about animals. And if it's killing them, it is eventually going to kill us, okay?
Eventually means it already has started.
Absolutely. It is already here. It is here, okay? So that was number 8, was saving mascara wands. That's what got us on the animal topic. I'm sorry if you guys all think this is the stupidest thing you've ever heard. And even if you hate me, please take my words to heart, because what I'm saying does matter. Even if you don't shoot the messenger, okay? So, topic number 9, a real fun one out here. Feminine hygiene products, specifically period products.
No one wants to talk about it.
Which I don't know why.
It's natural.
Everybody has a woman in their life, even if you too ugly to get a girlfriend.
You came out of a vagina.
You came out of a vagina. Have some motherfucking respect.
Put some respect on my pussy.
Yes, we bleed on a monthly basis. No, it is not a choice. Yes, we do have to suffer through it just like you. Put some respect on it, okay? Although I will admit that it is really bad for the environment, so for that I will not respect it, but that is the only reason. It is not because I'm gross. It is not because I'm of less value to this earth than a man.
It's because it's bad for the environment.
That is the only thing I care about, okay? Beth is over here fanning herself. Let me just tell you some fun facts. They're not that fun. It's actually really sad. The women of the world use 10 billion tampons every month. That is just a month. And I may be drunk, but let me do some quick math. 10 billion times 12 months per year is 120 billion. Did I do that right,
I'm
Bethesda?
glad you could do that in your head.
I was talking slowly for a reason. Is 120 billion tampons every year. And each applicator, you know, for those of you who don't know, tampons get applicated with a plastic applicator, okay?
Applicated, that's so gross. They get inserted.
Ooh, I don't like that any better.
I don't like applicated.
Okay, well, there's
Apply.
no...
I don't think it's
Applied?
It's applied.
Well, they're called applicators, but we can say applied.
Like you apply for a job on application, like it's applied. We're just stupid.
But each applicator, okay, takes 500 years to decompose. That is longer than a plastic water bottle, okay? And we are using 10 billion of those a month, and they take 500 years to decompose. That is why it is such a huge issue. I'm not even going to mention the issue that tampons aren't even 100% cotton, okay? Actually, I'm going to mention it. We are putting shit into our bodies that can literally poison us, okay? Ever heard of toxic shock syndrome?
Carcinogens?
Jesus, we can literally paralyze ourselves and put ourselves into a coma just so we don't bleed all over y'all's shit, okay? Please, put some respect on my pussy.
Put some respect on my pussy.
That's the thing, you guys. Plastic was made to last forever. It is a human-made product. It never should have existed in the first place. But we invented it for the purpose of it lasting our lifetimes.
Like, I don't think people realize that, like, glass pop bottles and, like, glass milk bottles, like...
Why did we stop?
Yeah.
Why did we stop? Glass is not nearly as bad for the environment as
Glass
plastic.
is literally made out of sand.
Glass is made out of sand. For those of you who don't know, you can literally walk a beach. Naturally occurring sand glass exists. It is melted sand particles underneath the heat of the sun. Hand-blown glass is just melted under immense heat. Man made plastic, and it was made to last forever. That was the point. But it was made to be used once forever. No, I'm sorry. It was made for you to buy it once and use it forever, not to be used once. It was made to buy once and use forever, and instead people just keep buying it over and over and over again, okay? Plastic is not the enemy. Have a hard plastic water bottle and wash it, okay? That's good. That is not the issue. Using it once and throwing it away, that is the issue here. That is why our main focus is not to recycle anymore. It is to reduce, okay? Reduce your single-use plastics, okay? That is the new main focus. So, anyway, end of sidebar. Back to the point of this next, number 9.
Menstrual cups.
Menstrual cups. This is the answer to a lot of the feminine hygiene product waste that I have stated. We all have periods, okay? Every woman.
Actually, only about 50% of the population.
By all, I did not mean all of the population. I meant all of females at some point in their lives.
And those who don't identify as female. Everyone with a vagina, whether you're a male, a female,
yes.
neither.
Either way, none of us chose this, so, I'm not judging anybody.
Either way,
here.
we're all fucking suffering.
Basically. But, we don't have to make the earth suffer along with it. The answer to this is a menstrual cup. And I'm telling you guys all of this. I'm giving you guys this list of reasons. I don't want to make you think that I think I'm above all of you, okay? I'm listing all this stuff, and yes, I have changed my lifestyle to fit a lot of it. But a menstrual cup, I'm afraid of. And it is an okay fear to have. Vaginas are a little bit scary, okay? I remember being horrified to use my first tampon, but also pads are awful, okay? Pads just feel like you're walking around in blood-filled diapers. It's awful. Using a tampon for the first time, also awful. It is scary. You're just inserting something into yourself to carry in around 7 hours and then change it and have to do it all over again. It's awful, okay? It's all awful. It's all scary.
The whole situation is shitty, but we're trying to make it less shitty for the environment.
So menstrual cups are a little bit scary. For those of you who don't know exactly how these work, they are a silicone or rubber, but they're also made to be healthier than tampons, so it's not always 100% silicone. It's usually safer products. They are a cup, like in the name, and you bend it in and you insert it into your vaginal canal, and you release it with your hands, and it's a ring that fills the shape of your vagina, okay? And it's amazing because you can leave them in for 12 hours. This means during your period, you are usually only changing them twice in a 24-hour period. And then when you change them, you are putting your finger in them and pushing it in to break the suction seal that has been created. And you pull it out, you dump it, and you clean it. You are not throwing it away in between every single use like you are a tampon and a pad. This is a one-time cost that is supposed to last you 10 years. All right, we are not here to get started on the pink tax, okay? We did not choose to have periods, but period products are oh my gosh, they are extremely expensive. They're taxed to shit, okay? So they are expensive in the long run. If you buy a menstrual cup, it is an expensive fee up cost, but in the long run, it is a one-time cost, okay? And there are different kinds out there. I will just tell you right now that there are lots of... Excuse you. Sorry. No, you're fine. I will tell you now that there are lots of brands of menstrual cups that when you buy one, they donate one to a person that is less fortunate and cannot afford monthly period supplies.
Like less fortunate in the U.S., less fortunate in Africa?
Yeah, in the world. I specifically, I did purchase Diva Cup last year, and it donated one to a woman in Africa who, unfortunately, you guys, this is an awful term, but it is what it comes from is being on the rag, okay? They cannot afford tampons and pads, and they are forced to literally bleed into a rag and then have to wash them and reuse them. And I don't mean to make light of the situation, but we now have to drink because I said that word.
It's like Tom's for your pussy.
Mm-hmm. Tom's for your pussy.
If anyone's unfamiliar, Tom's is a shoe brand that when you buy one, they also donate one to some random child in Africa.
So it's really great, and we really support that.
We support the vagina. The vagina.
But that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. Like I just told you guys, I'm scared of them. I'm scared to use them. I bought this Diva cup over a year ago, and I have yet to use it. My goal for 2020 is to finally use it. But that was one of the cheaper brands. There are brands that are really, really cool. Like there's this brand called Flex brand that is on the more expensive side, but again, it's a one-time cost for 10 years. And it comes with like a little like silicone pull string to break the seal for you, like pulling out a tampon string instead of using your finger to break the seal. So I'm really looking into that this year, you guys. I'm telling you, there are so many things you can look into to make a big difference, okay? So feminine hygiene, that's a big deal. So aside from menstrual cups, that was number 9. That brings us to our next topic.
And last
of number 10, birth control. Now, you may be like, what the fuck do you mean, birth control? It's a good thing, right? The world is overpopulated. We are using all of our resources. Of course, we should all be using birth control. But it does have, indeed, a negative impact. Condoms, they prevent STDs and pregnancy, but they are single use. You are throwing them away.
if you are using it more than once, stop. Please stop.
Please know that is not a good thing. And also, if you are doubling up on the condoms because you think it'll prevent pregnancy more,
please stop.
Please stop. Friction makes them break. For those of you who don't know, this is a PSA. Okay? But condoms waste more than 2.75 million pounds a year. And I'm not saying stop using them, okay?
Please don't ever stop.
Unfortunately, I don't have an alternative for this. The point of this podcast is I'm bringing awareness to you, okay? I don't have an alternative, but I am just trying to make you guys all think in your everyday life of things you can do differently, okay? On top of condoms being thrown away that much a year, birth control pills are causing infertility in fish by 30%. And you're probably like, well, what the fuck? Why are fish taking birth control? They're not. When women take birth control, it ends up in their bloodstream, which ends up in your urine. And like we mentioned earlier, when you pee into a toilet, all water leads to the ocean, like Nemo, which should have taught us all at a young age, okay? So those estrogen levels, no matter how they end up in the ocean, whether it's through birth control or other things, they are affecting fertility rates, okay? It's not a lie. Salmon are being majorly affected. Everybody fucking loves salmon. And it's...
Not vegans.
Oh, well, okay. My bad. You know...
A good population of America, the world, enjoys salmon.
But they are causing infertility rates. Okay, so that's the thing. What are you supposed to do? Birth control protects against pregnancy but not STDs. Birth control pills, along with the bar and the shots. Condoms prevent against STDs. There are women that are on the patch, that are on the bar, that get the shot. All of it just with extreme estrogen levels. So what are we to do? Okay, that's the thing. No matter what we do, we are always negatively impacting the environment. Birth control is just a good way. Even without it, even with it, we are literally...
So if you think about it, we're literally fucking the world to death.
It is not a joke.
Fucking is not a joke.
Even though it is a real concern. Overpopulation is a concern. So that is my top 10 ways to help the environment in your everyday lives. You guys, I'm not saying I'm an angel. I don't do 100% all of these, and there are days that I'm lazy, and maybe I do want to buy that prepackaged salad instead of going home and making my own. Okay, I understand. I'm not holding myself to higher standards than all of you, but I would just like to encourage you all to try.
So Emily, one big question I do have for you is not to get into politics because we don't want to ruin family dinner. What is the differential between what the U.S. is doing and what the rest of the world is doing?
Okay, so again, like Beth said, not to get into politics, we are not, promoting a president versus not promoting a president. But if Trump gets elected in 2020, he does plan to cut the EPA funding by 30%. For those of you who don't know what the EPA is, that is the Environmental Protection Agency. And without the funding, they can do a lot less than they're doing right now. They do lots of research. They employ over 14,000 people. And that is just something in the U.S. A big thing that I love is Thailand. How do you say it? Thailand or Thailand?
Thailand.
A big thing that I love is that Thailand has banned the use of plastic bags, and that is such a simple thing to do that makes a big difference. I don't know why the U.S. isn't doing it, but it's just for some reason our government has not regulated plastic use. It's been more converted to a state issue. If you pay attention to all of coastal states, they have started using paper straws or bamboo straw alternatives versus plastic straws. We do have states that have banned plastic. I know that I've been to Chicago, Illinois, where I was in a Target, and they were like, oh no, we don't use plastic bags. You can buy reusable bags, you can carry your stuff. And so we did buy reusable bags. And by the way, I'm now going to drink twice because I said it twice. And I still have that bag that I bought back in 2018. And it is 2020 now. And I still use it. And I don't know why our government doesn't make it a bigger issue. But it hasn't. There are people that are in denial, and I don't necessarily understand it. I can't preach to everybody that I run into. Honestly, there's not the time. I can say it really quickly, but it usually doesn't get the point across. So those of you who are listening, please take at least a little bit of what I'm saying to heart. Do at least one thing on this list. Change at least one thing of your everyday life. Take one thing off this list, whether it's the grocery bags, Ziploc bags, food containers, dental hygiene, showering with bars instead of bottles, anything. Menstrual cups. Menstrual cups is a big thing. If you are a person that uses feminine hygiene products, tampons, pads, that is one big thing that you could change, and that'd be great.
I guess one last question I have for you, Emily, is for those who don't want to change their lifestyles for whatever reason, whether it's the convenience, the price, what are some things that we can do or listeners can do in order to help the environment, either financially or taking a part in anything that you've said today?
Okay. Yeah, that's a great question. Actually, if you don't want to change your everyday lifestyle, there are still things you can do to help. I hope, and if you haven't, I hope everybody has heard of the brand 4Ocean. This is an amazing company that is actively cleaning our ocean as we speak right now. They, you can buy bracelets, okay? I have one on right now, a 4Ocean bracelet. 4Ocean cleans the ocean. They go and pick up trash, they go and pick up the coastlines, and if you buy a bracelet, you are automatically funding them to remove 1 pound of trash from the ocean. And you are just helping them do whatever they need to do to continue their mission to remove the trash, okay? And you get a bracelet out of it, which is really, really cool. And they have lots of different colors of bands you can get to support whatever you care about most. You know, they have ones for pandas, for the coral reefs in general, for stingrays, for jellyfish, for whales, for anything, any sea life that you can name. They have a bracelet for it, and they're constantly coming out with new ones. So when you buy a bracelet, you are funding removing a pound of trash from the ocean, which is amazing. It is actually another bracelet, which is funny. It's called 8 Billion Trees. This is a great company that when you buy a bracelet, you are automatically planting 10 new trees and helping save 100 more. Their goal by 2022 is to have planted 1 billion trees, and they started in 2018, and I know they have planted over 600 million at the moment. Okay, so buying either of those bracelets without affecting your daily life really helps a big cause. You guys, please, if I haven't said anything that helps you or affects you in any way, which is hard to believe, please do your research. If you are inspired to do anything to help or change, please do your research. You can reach out to me, okay, and I will talk to you about it. I have so much more to say outside of this podcast. But please take what I'm saying to heart. It is a big deal, whether you believe in climate change or not. Everything I'm saying does make a difference.
Okay. Just some closing thoughts for this episode. I'm going to post a link to almost everything I can that Emily talked about today in the description below.
The world.
It's a choice for us, but it's not a choice for the world.
That is one thing I would like to point out. As I say, we are slowly killing the earth, which is a fact, okay? Anybody can see the increase in tsunamis, the increase in tornadoes that the U.S. has experienced in the past decade. Anybody can see this, the polar ice caps melting, whether you believe in climate change or not, whether you believe it's just, it's natural time that it's occurring, it's happening. And whether you believe in climate change or not, we live on this earth. And lots of things people like to say, there's no plan B, there's no planet B. When we kill this earth, when this earth dies to the point that it is uninhabitable for humans, when it gets too hot for us to survive and we all perish, the earth will regrow itself. A good example is the Australian wildfires. There's already green life growing back again through the fire, and that is something that happens and naturally occurs in nature. Not to say that it's not currently increased in the number of fires due to climate change, but it is something that happens. When the earth dies and kills all of us, the earth will come back bigger and stronger than ever. It is humans that are killing the earth, and when we are gone, it will survive. So please, just think about that. Do everything that you can to hopefully prolong your experience on this earth, your lifetime on this earth, and even if you are of the older generation and you won't be around for much longer, think about your grandkids and think about your great-grandchildren. Think about your grandkids and your great-grandchildren, and think about the generations to come after you, because we are protected by this. And it sucks because if you look around you, it is the younger generations that are more involved in the environmental conservation than the older generations, okay? So please just open your eyes and think about it a little bit. So please, no matter what you take away from this, even if you're not willing to change your everyday life, just open your eyes, look around you, see how it is affecting all of us, okay? It is a big deal.
Okay, so just as some closing thoughts, I am going to have links down below in the description for everything that you may need to start your plastic-free journey in order to save the environment. I do want to thank Emily for coming on today's episode. And where can they find you if they need to reach out?
All right, on Twitter and Instagram, you can find me at M as in monkey, EMV Pratt, Pratt. That is on Twitter and Instagram. Very simple.
And as always, you can find me at emorgs09 on Instagram and Twitter. Thank you for tuning in for the very first episode of Dink and Sink It, and as always, stay thirsty.